This is the European robin, and there's been a lot of work on trying to figure out how do migrating birds use Earth's magnetic field because it's so weak. How do they detect it and use it for migration and navigation purposes? And the leading candidate seems to be this radical pair mechanism. Okay, you start off with a chemical reaction. In this case, it's a photo-induced chemical reaction for these birds, but any chemical reaction where it results in what's known as a radical pair. So a radical pair is when you have one electron moves from one chemical species over to another, and you're left with two unpaired electrons. And if those electrons are in parallel orientation, then you have what's called a singlet radical pair. And if they are in parallel orientation, you can have parallel orientation in one of three ways. That's why it's called a triplet radical pair. Now, the singlet radical pair very easily recombines to give you your chemical end product, whereas the triplet radical pair, the recombination of those two electrons with parallel spin is forbidden. And so that process takes either a lot longer or not at all, or it can drive it to form other products that weren't the standard chemical endpoint of that chemical reaction. Now, things like external magnetic fields or weak magnetic fields can alter whether this system ends up in a singlet radical pair system or a triplet radical pair. Now, this kind of sets up as a superposition, and it oscillates back and forth, and you can drive it to prefer one over the other by these external influences. So that is what is believed that causes the change in rate of the formation of this chemical end product, and that is what is believed to drive a cascade that the bird can actually pick up and sense.